Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Sephora haul update for my Sephora Friends and Family Sale haul. So a lot of these products I got during the sale and then some were cumulative. That's how I work my hauls, and this is when I update you in about a month's time on all the products I purchased from Sephora. So we have a lot here. I'm going to try and make it quick though, give you guys my final reviews on everything to let you know if it's worth the purchase or not. So let's start off with my favorite product. This is the Sephora Reveal the Real Soft Radiant Skin Tint. I have two shades here. I initially started with 200N, which is a good medium for neutral undertones. And then for when I don't have as much tan, which I do right now, I have 170O, which is an olive and it's a light skin tone. But I can make the olive one actually work when I have a tan, just with a little bit of bronzing and finessing. But I love this skin tint so much. It's probably my new favorite. I think it did finally beat out Beauty Blender for me. It is so beautiful, so perfecting, so lightweight. Wears beautifully on the skin, and I love the packaging of this. It's not the dropper like Beauty Blender. Obviously, I still love Beauty Blender, but this one I've been reaching for the most. Blurs my skin, wears well. It's so good. If you have not checked this out, #1 recommendation from the Sephora Friends and Family sale that I picked up during that video, so you gotta check this out. It is so good. I love a skin tint, and this is my favorite complexion product that has released recently. Two foundations that I purchased in that video. We have the Dior foundation stick, and some of you were telling me actually that yours doesn't have as strong a smell, so maybe it is a batch issue, but mine is so heavily scented, I'm put off from repurchasing this. Though it's a beautiful stick foundation, I love the finish and the wear of it as well. It is more pricey because it's Dior. I love the convenience of a stick, and I needed something to replace my Tom Ford, which I think this would, but I'm so put off by the fragrance. I know that Dior does this with their foundations. I've noticed it in the past. For whatever reason, for this product, it's just extremely floral. Are you good? There's a truck outside. You can't park here, apparently. You haven't seen this in my next haul yet, but I did pick up the contour, and I'm actually curious to see if this one smells, because when I used it, I didn't notice, and it's not as strong, weirdly. It's something about my foundation stick, because I still notice it in the contour, but it's not nearly as strong, so you're right about that. That is so weird. Anyways, you'll see that in the upcoming haul, this stick, but I do love the foundation. Just the scent. This I haven't been reaching for, but when I did try it, I loved it, but everything else has just been kind of taking over for trying new makeups and such. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow. I got the mini because I love when things come out in a mini so I can test all the things. And this is really beautiful if you want a hydrated looking skin. Makeup Forever just knows complexion, so I knew that I'd probably like this, and it's just so glowy and beautiful. It's the perfect base for me to then apply powder to smooth everything out but remain very hydrated throughout the day. So this I did try in a Trying New Makeup if you want to see that, but definitely love this formulation. I think I like it more than the non-glowy version actually, so this was a win for me. Happy they have little minis. And then I have two powders that I wanted to speak on. I have the Rare Beauty and the Too Faced, which a lot of powders launching at the same time. Now we have a lot of loose powders launching, which you'll see in my next haul. But we have some pressed here. We have the Rare Beauty, which is my personal favorite of the ones that I've purchased. And I have the shade Porcelain, which is the lightest shade they do, which I like to use to brighten and smooth out underneath my eyes. I do need a darker one for all over my face, but I can get away with this all over the face as long as I'm bronzing after. These powders don't have too much pigment to them. They are a finishing powder, and it's not going to deposit too much color. Granted, it does brighten me a little bit, not compared to other brightening powders on the market or ones that are marketed that way. This one, I just feel like it's a very soft kind of look to the skin. So not too brightening, but it does work for me for underneath my eyes, and I love how smooth and thin this formula is. Packaging super cute. Rare Beauty always kills it for me, and this was a win for me compared to the new Too Faced powder, which packaging, absolutely 10 out of 10. Like, this is a gold heart. Doesn't get much cuter than that. But for the formula of this, which is also a light one, this one just wasn't my favorite out of powders I tried. I do like it. I didn't return it. It is creamy. It's a little bit more pigmented, so it will deposit that color. I feel like the light is a little too yellow for me though, so tonally wise, I don't think it's perfect. I could pick up the medium shade, but I decided not to, even though I was debating back and forth, because after trying even loose powders on the market right now, this is just not a powder I would recommend over those ones. So it was good. It wasn't the best though, because there's other ones out there that I've tried that I just like better. This doesn't often happen where I have this many things that just did not work out for me. I'm going to mention that at the end, but I just have some placeholders here because I like to talk about things in the order that I talked about them in my haul. So the next thing that I honestly should have probably returned is this Sephora Best Skin Ever Color Corrector. I'm just going to pass this on though. It's not horrible by any means. It does correct slightly, but I just don't feel like, for me, I'm someone who needs color correction all that often. It's just not something that I personally use, so I don't really need to be picking up and testing these color correctors when it's not something that I need. At least not in this time in my life. My dark circles aren't that bad. I tried this on dark spots. I didn't find it corrected overly. I need more so coverage than correction for my skin. So this color corrector, as I said, it's not a bad formula by any means. It's just not something I'm going to use. So that's the only reason why it didn't really work out for me. At least I finally come to that conclusion, so I can just stop with the color correcting. I loved this product from Refy, and it is their new face primer. This one is the Blur and Hydrate one. They do have their other one that is more hydrating. This one I like because it's blurring. I love the packaging of the other one over this one. So both of them have different formulas, different application methods. I did like this for blurring, and I didn't find it drying, which is what this claims. So it is marketed correctly. I love it. Love the simplicity of the Refy packaging, and I would actually repurchase that one again. I think it's really nice. This Morphe blush, absolutely beautiful. TikTok got me to purchase this because I saw so many people wear it. It is so youthful looking, brightening, hydrating, everything that I want on a cheek. It is beautiful. You'll see this in a Try New Makeup that I use. It's the Morphe Euphoric Rush 3-in-1 Silk Blush in Pleasured. Beautiful color, beautiful formula, 10 out of 10. If you're looking for a cream blush, this one is one that I would definitely check out. Lip liners. I tried out the Maybelline Lifter ones, and subscriber told me they're comparable to the Fenty, and they truly are. I'm wearing a Maybelline today. They're long wearing, creamy, everything I loved about the Fenty, but they're drugstore pricing. I got the shade Riri, so creamy. This will hold on. You'll just have a line around your mouth if you don't blend this out. So this is one of those formulas, it's easy to feather, which is nice. So I can kind of get that gradient look so that when everything else wears off, because this isn't going to, it's not going to look all crazy on my lips. So this is, again, another 10 out of 10 formula. I think if you like a color from the Fenty lip liners, you're definitely going to like the formula because it really is creamy, long wearing, all the things that I personally want. And it was one of those releases that I just think deserve the hype. Two glosses that I picked up, both live in my purse. This haul for gloss, these killed it for me. So good. Two different price points, two different ends of the spectrum. We have one of the Morphe ones, which you can buy on Sephora Canada. If you're in the US, you can get Morphe at Ulta, Morphe's website. These are the Drip Gloss Glazed High Shine Lip Glosses, and I haven't worn a nude peach in so long. This got me into them again. This is the shade Polished Peach. I live for this color. It has a good amount of pigment too, so I don't need to use a lot. This one is Armani Beauty, so totally different price tag. We have the Prisma Gloss in 04. This is one of those cherry colors, but the shine on this is incredible. And the formula, my number one probably formula that I've ever tried. I kept going back and forth between a few different formulas, and I would have to say that this one specifically made it into top 3, and I think it might actually be my number one formula wise right now, just because it feels so perfect on the lips. Perfect amount of pigment for me, a little bit sheer. It can be manipulated with lip liners, and just the gloss and high shine factor of it is beautiful. It's my favorite. So these just both worked out. If you don't want to spend Armani prices, this is just more pigmented. Doesn't have the same sort of formula, but very high shine. And I really love the color of this if you're looking for something super light and peach. It is so pretty, and I've been pairing this with brown lip liners, and I'm just back in a peach phase, which it's been a while. This is my typical kind of color, so I'm always gonna love something like this. but these were both a win and I highly recommend both formulas. I want to do that top 3 makeup in every category video. I have so many new favorites, so I feel like I need to do that video. Another thing from Morphe that I picked up from Sephora is this Nude Ambition palette, which I probably wouldn't have picked up because once I had it in person, I realized how close it was to Lunar Beauty. I didn't need this, but it is beautiful. The formulas work. They wore really nicely for me because in the past I've had issue with Morphe shadows and their wear. This one wears on my eyes. I don't have any issue with fading. So really pretty color story. But again, I personally wouldn't have purchased it because I love my Lunar Beauty and I have that one. And then the things that didn't work out, unfortunately, which this doesn't often happen to me, but I did pick up the Milk concealer, which was just so dry underneath my eyes. I've looked at other people wear it and I just think maybe mine had to have been bad because it was so dry on my under eye area. I had to return it. I also ended up returning the Refi spray because it didn't do anything for my skin. With sprays on the market, like the new Mario one of my favorites, the Delba, also the L'Oreal one that's really popular. There's just so many sprays that I can see a noticeable change to my makeup, wear, finish, all those things. That one just didn't really do anything for me, so it just felt like water, which I personally don't need to be spraying on my face if it's not going to do anything for my skin. It's just not for me. And then also the Floor fragrances, the 2 new ones, which I wish they had heavy cream that came to Sephora Canada because that's the one that I personally really want. The 2 other ones, one had that buttered popcorn sort of off-putting smell that I don't like in Sol de Janeiro, one of their fragrances. A more caramel buttered popcorn sort of version, which I don't like that kind of smell worn on me. So it's one of those gourmands because it can go either way for me personally because I love a gourmand, but when it becomes that sort of gourmand, it's off-putting. I actually can't stand wearing it. So I didn't mind it initially until that note just became more prominent and that's all I could smell. Didn't like it. And then my best friend also had the same experience with the ones that we got. The other one, it had a pleasant smell. It just didn't wear, they didn't wow me, that release. I did hear that heavy cream is the one to get, but I believe it's exclusive to their website. I checked and they don't ship to Canada. So unfortunately, I can't try that one. So I just would pass on the new releases. I know some people didn't like the release before that with Dragon Fruit and Moonstone, which are personal ones that I loved. Weirdly enough, the Gourmand launch didn't work for me, which I'm a gourmand lover. Not my favorite release from them, but as I've made it known, Floor is hit or miss with me often for their fragrances. It's either a love or hate sort of thing. A lot work out, a lot don't for me. So unfortunately, that was one of the cases where it didn't. And currently I'm wearing Mood Ring from Floor. So I love that perfume and I still love Floor. Still gonna check out their launches, but that one just didn't smell like the notes to me that they were saying. They were okay when I initially smelled them, didn't wow me, but the more I wore them, the more I just didn't care for them. So that's going to be everything for this Sephora haul update for my Sephora Friends and Family Sale haul video that I did. I have another big haul coming up after this, which I cannot wait to film for you guys. I do have some more content in the meantime that will be up before that haul though, so I hope you guys enjoy those videos and I hope you enjoyed this update. I tried to go through this a little bit quicker, let you know whether it's good or bad, if you should purchase or not, just really get down to the nitty-gritty for these products and let you know what's the best on the market and what you should spend your money on. So thank you so much for watching these haul updates. I hope you guys enjoy them. I think they're really helpful to let you know what works out in the end and what doesn't, so you guys can save your money and really decide whether something's worth picking up or not. So thank you so much for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me today. And if you've not already, I'd absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.